Hello, everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode of Jimmy's Jambox. We're here. We're back at it again, and we're going to get on into it. But before we do, as always, please make sure to like, subscribe, push all the buttons, do all the things. You know, I don't know where they are, but you do, and I trust you. With that being said, here's a quick word from our sponsors. Organic herbs and botanicals, skincare and edibles, wellness for body and mind. The Brothers Apothecary. Fine teas and remedies. Ronald Records. From indie gems to classic hits, discover the heart of local music. With live shows all the time, up close and personal, and regular releases on their in-house label. Ronald Records. Supporting the community, one track at a time. All right, thank you all so much for watching. Again, shout out The Brothers Apothecary, Ronald Records, and Portland Water. Thanks for keeping us hydrated. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get on into it. Here is today's guest.
What's going on, y'all? It's GeeSoLit.
Hello. Thank you so much for joining us.
Appreciate you for having me, bro.
Yeah, man, why don't you tell us a little bit about, who you are, where you're from, what you do. Give us that, Tinder profile of your involvement with music.
So basically, I'm out from Portland, Oregon, and I make a melodic type rap music, but I'm versatile, so I feel like I can just get on any beat type of thing.
Yeah, very much so. And I was checking out some of your music earlier, and that definitely applies really well.
Yeah, for sure.
Before we get into what you do now, why don't you tell us a little bit about what got you started in music initially?
So basically, my cousins would rap, and also a lot of inspiration from Lil Wayne.
Okay.
And I listen to Nipsey Hussle a lot, so those are a lot of big inspirations of mine right now. I even got Nipsey Hussle stuff tatted on me. And, hell yeah, so big inspiration on my whole music career type shit.
And was anybody else in your household musical, or was it really just your cousins?
My mom, she used to be in a band back in the day.
Okay.
Type of thing. So and she used to sing really good. So I think that's probably where I get it from also. Yeah.
I dig that.
Yeah, for sure.
And then before we officially get into you in the present day, I have a couple foundation questions I like to check in with everybody on. This first one is one we ask early. It's one we ask often. And it's definitely a crowd favorite. What was the first album you ever bought with your own money?
Nowadays, you probably ain't buying CDs how young I am.
I gotcha.
But the first thing I was listening to would probably be Lil Wayne's Carter 2 or The Dedication.
Okay.
Type shit.
Okay. Hell yeah. The first album I ever bought was The Carter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's
and then what was one of the first live shows you ever went to? That was specifically one you wanted to go to.
Seeing another artist perform. Actually, I just went and seen the artist perform for the first time.
Oh, whoa, what show was that?
It was in Portland, actually. I just went and seen Lil Tyler perform.
Oh, shit.
It's pretty lit, though.
Oh, yeah, I bet that was rad. Who else was performing with them?
A couple other, I think, Portland artists. They were pretty cool because I met them on Instagram and stuff and talked with them. And
oh, gotcha.
Yeah, met them there, too, so it was pretty cool.
Hell yeah, that's rad.
Yeah.
And then before we officially get into you in the present day, do you have a defining moment where you decided you wanted to take music more seriously?
Yeah, basically, after high school and stuff, I felt like I was taking it a little bit more serious because I felt like I wasn't that consistent at the time.
Gotcha.
And then after school, it was just I'm not doing nothing after school now, so I'm not in school no more, so I got more time to put into it type of thing. So
yeah,
it became more of my career type of thing than, it's a hobby or whatever.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I dig that. Well, then let's go ahead and let's get into you in the present day.
Okay.
And we're going to get a super easy one out of the way. How'd you pick the name?
So it's really crazy. I used to do YouTube, gaming channels and stuff.
Okay.
And my name really used to be GeeSoLit on there.
Mm-hmm.
My name used to be my rapper name used to be Young G. And then it's kind of generic,
Yeah.
'Cause I'm pretty sure there's other rappers named Young G also.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm pretty sure I had to come up with something in the end. I was like, after I stopped doing YouTube, I was like, GeeSoLit, that's me. Like that defines me. Like that's me.
Oh yeah, I dig that.
Yeah.
And if you ever decide to go back to it, then you can merge the two together.
Right, exactly that.
Hell yeah.
They would know me from, I know that guy from YouTube. And
Yeah, exactly.
now he does music now.
Perfect. Hey, well, it leaves it open for branding. I love it.
Right, yeah.
And then let's talk about your writing process a little bit. And we're going to break it up into chunks, but we're going to start right at the beginning. So when you get inspired, you're ready to make music.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the things you do to get a track started?
So basically, I got like beats I got to save. I'm going to run through a whole bunch of beats type of thing. And once I hear the right one, it's really just going to click. It's just going to I'm going to hear the words just going to be in my head.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like I freestyle and then I get to writing it down, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes paper and pen, but not most likely I'm on my phone writing it.
Okay. Man, you were prepared for that one. I always want to know if people are still doing, the original way or doing it on the phone.
It actually flows better. Like, for real, like it flows. You can get your thought out faster on a piece of paper. Cause I almost find myself fumbling and forgetting.
Gotcha.
Trying to type sometimes.
Yeah.
But if you're like, you already know what you're thinking about and it's just flowing. Like, yeah.
See, I think that only works for people with decent handwriting. If I try to handwrite something quickly, I'm not reading it later. That idea might as well be never written down.
Yeah, mine's not the best. So, sometimes I might have to go back over it or something.
Yeah.
But, for the most part, it's down. I got my statement down. I know what I wrote.
Yeah, you can get the gist of it.
Right.
And then how do you go about beat selection? Do you have people you get beats from? Do you go online?
Most likely right now I go online, but I got people I get beats from actually.
Okay. Hell yeah. And then when you get a track finished writing, so it doesn't have to be recorded and released per se, but once you've gotten it to where you can start memorizing it, how long does it usually take you to feel comfortable enough to perform it?
Well, usually my songs are when I wait a minute to put them out. So I'm really listening to it a lot over and over, making sure it sounds how I want it to sound. So usually when I'm listening to it that much, it's almost like I'm learning the song myself.
Yeah.
Because when I'm making it, I know the song because I'm making it, you know what I'm saying? But I couldn't just physically just do it all over again type of thing.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Without the lyrics in my head.
Yeah, that's fair. And I mean, once you have a certain amount of tracks, it's hard to just recall the words to all of them without
right.
with them. Oh yeah. And then actually I was checking out some of your music and you've got music going all the way back to 2019 on Spotify.
Yeah.
Pretty good little catalog.
Oh yeah.
And one thing I really appreciate is that your flow is tight. That's the biggest thing I've noticed is as I was going through and as time progressed, it only got tighter because I actually went and listened to all of it. I listened to every track you had.
Appreciate that, bro.
And even your earlier work, I appreciated how you went with the melodic approach really early on. And I'm glad you used the word too because that's definitely the word I have written right here.
Yeah.
You weren't afraid to lean into the more musical elements of your sound, even in your earliest stuff.
Yeah.
And even on your most recent album, Hustle Till I'm Gone 2, which came out April of last year, it's just it's a really tight album.
I came with some different type of flows on that. It was meant to be different.
Yeah, and it definitely, I mean, especially right from the first track, Dead Flowers, it opened up with this really emotional tone. And it was cool because that track kind of gave the same energy that Black Skin had in your first album.
Right.
It just had this and that would that was the one that really jumped out at me first. And I was just wow, this is a really powerful song.
Yeah, I try to make I try to bring substance, you know what I mean? Nowadays I'm not knocking other artists for just having other kind of, turn up music and stuff like that. I make turn up music. I'm GeeSoLit, I make lit music. But, I want to let them know I'm versatile too and I can sing, you know what I'm saying? If I wanted to, I could do a rock rap song right now. I could do a country rap song. I'm versatile. I really could.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, for sure.
And, having listened to all your music, I am curious to know, what are some of your favorite tracks of yours?
Definitely, Dead Flowers is definitely one of them. That is definitely one of them. But probably Out of Here. Out of Here is definitely one of my favorite. I always, every time I go perform that somewhere, like everybody just be turned up to that, and that's my favorite song. So I know everybody else be feeling it too, though.
Oh yeah, I dig that. And then why don't you tell us about some of the new music you're working on? What can we look forward to as far as like stuff you're cooking?
Man, I got some good stuff cooked up, man. As you know, as I said, as usual, I'm versatile, so I'm finna switch it up. I got some different flows again, type of thing. So I'm gonna hit them with some almost like a Detroit type of beat, type of thing. But I'm gonna leave it on my page and stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely looking forward to all of that.
Yeah.
And then let's zoom out. Let's take a kind of a bigger look at this. What are some of the things about either new music in general, if you're one of those people always taking in new music, or at the very least music that's new to you, that you enjoy and you're finding inspiration in right now?
So you would say like artists, I would say I'm inspired by right now?
In general, like it can either be sounds, it can be artists. It just like, what is it about newer music as you experience it that you enjoy?
So newer music, I like how it's just like, you can be freer type of thing. Like it's not about, it ain't gotta be conscious rap. Like you don't have to exactly be talking about nothing. So like you could be rapping about how you're in your bedroom right now recording. If it sounds good on a good beat, like it could be a hit for real. Like nowadays, that's just how it is, and people will listen to it for real. So
yeah, that's true.
True. If you just got what it takes,
Yeah, no, I dig that. And like, I appreciate that too, because especially now, music isn't really conforming to genre as much either.
Right.
So, you know, like in a world where there are versatile artists, that's the tongue twister of the day.
Right.
Like itself, that there's more room to be creative and know that you're not going to alienate you're an audience, you know what I mean? Like you're going to be able to like introduce these sounds that you enjoy and you find exciting and interesting, and people are going to be more receptive to it.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then before we get into the next part, this next question is probably the densest question in the interview. But we've talked, you know, about your experience with music, the actions, the reactions, your approaches.
Okay.
But when it's just you and the music one-on-one, what does music give back to you?
Well, me, like, exactly, like, I just got a love for music type of thing ever since I was younger. Like, I've been doing music for, like, I would say, like, going on, like, 10 years now, like, over 10 years. And I get inspired by any kind of music. So that's how I knew I was a music person. Like, I like country music. I can listen to rock music. I can listen to, if it sounds good, I can listen to it. I don't care what genre it is. I'm not I'm stuck on this. I don't want to hear that. So that's how I knew, like, yeah, music is like instilled in me type of thing.
Oh yeah, I dig that.
Yeah.
All right, and now let's go ahead and let's move on to some hypothetical questions.
Okay.
And for these, sky's the limits. The questions are all made up, so the answers are allowed to be as well. But this first one's pretty straightforward. If you could work with any one person, the only requirement is they have to be alive. Who would you want to work with, and how would you want to work with them?
Oh, I think if I wanted to work with one person, though, I wanted to work with Nipsey Hussle, most likely.
Oh, sorry, I said they have to be alive.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. R.I.P. to Nipsey, though.
Yeah, R.I.P. to Nipsey, though. But if they're alive right now, I would say, like, I don't want to say a new artist, but at the same time, I would say like a Lil Baby, though, for real. He's a big inspiration, and like he's out of my state, like Georgia, like so type of thing. So that's a big thing for me. Like, oh, I can make it out of Georgia too, type of thing. Like, so yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that'd definitely be a solid one. Yeah. I guess I didn't realize what brought, like, when did you move here from Georgia?
I just moved out here. I've been out here like maybe 5 months now.
Okay, so you're like fresh to the...
Yeah, I'm fresh here, and I just been like coming on the scene any way I can. I just did like, I say like maybe like, I'm finna do like my 5th show.
Okay, yeah, so you're really putting in the work.
Days. Yeah.
Nice, hell yeah.
Yeah.
And then subsequently, who's a local artist that you're aware of that you haven't gotten to connect with yet, but you would like to? And you're pretty new to the area, so I imagine you probably...
Yeah, I've been checking out a few people. Dior Worthy, he's...
Oh, yeah, shout out Dior.
I fuck with him. Yeah, I fuck with his music. Though.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
hard.
And dude's got an insane catalog.
Yeah,
He's got so much music.
Yeah, I mess with that. Mess with that.
Well, everybody, you know what to do. Add him in the comments. Let's see if we can make that happen.
At Dior Worthy in the comments, tell him, man, let's work, man. You got some hard music, man. Let's collab.
Oh yeah. And then for this next one, like I said before, sky's the limits, and it's pretty literal in this sense. But if you could perform anywhere in the world, and you wouldn't have to worry about crowd access or building stability or power, it was guaranteed the best lineup, guaranteed the best show, and it doesn't have to be a venue. It could be anywhere. Where would you want to perform?
Oh man, I definitely would want to perform out of this country though.
Yeah.
I would probably say like Italy or something, or like Spain, or like I would say like maybe France or something like that.
Okay, hell yeah. Hell yeah. No, I dig that. I feel like that'd be a cool spot to go because I imagine they probably are just cool with music. You know what I mean? Like they've just kind of got that in them.
Yeah.
And then to wrap up the hypothetical questions, if you could get one more album from anybody, they could be alive, they could be dead, they could have not put out an album in 100 years, they could have put out an album yesterday. Who would you want an album from?
I need another Juice WRLD album, man.
Oh, hell yeah.
For sure. I know a lot of my people I look up to, they passed away, but like, I need another Juice WRLD album for sure.
Yeah, no, that would be rad.
Yeah, that'll hit right now for sure.
Hell yeah. All right, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and start wrapping this up. What can we look forward to between, let's say, now and April?
Now in April, you can see me doing a lot more shows, a lot more promo. You're going to see my face a lot more. I'm finna be dropping a lot more music, finna get back consistent. So just know it's finna, I'm gonna reel you back in. I'm gonna keep you updated. You gonna see.
Hell yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. And you working on a new album maybe?
Oh yeah, most likely.
Okay.
Most likely. I'm cooking up. I got a whole bunch of songs. So like, I don't want to say too much, but you know,
gotcha.
It's on the way.
Okay, well,
it's on the way.
Then why don't you go ahead for this next one, look straight at the camera, tell everybody how they can find you.
Okay, so y'all can find me at GeeSoLit, GeeSoLit_BXTCH on Instagram. And on Twitter, you can just look up GeeSoLit. And I'm also GeeSoLit on Facebook. So GeeSoLit everywhere. You'll find me. I'm the one and only GeeSoLit. That's how we do it.
And then any other plugs, any other shout outs, anybody else you want to put on while you're on here?
Shout out Portland. And shout out Jimmy for having me.
Thank you.
And I just appreciate you having me. Shit, this was a cool ass podcast for real.
Thank you. Yeah. I appreciate that. All right. And with that being said, we've got one last question to go. But before we do, I'm going to steal the camera for just a second. As always, y'all, please make sure to like, subscribe, push all the buttons, do all the things. You know, I don't know where they are, but you do, and I trust you. And one more shout out to the Brothers Apothecary, Ronald Records, and Portland Water. Thanks for keeping us hydrated. With that being said, the final question. And this is entirely up to your interpretation. But what is an album you feel is more on the obscure side? So it's a deep cut. It's one not a lot of people would know, but it's one you think everybody should know.
The Dedication 4 album, it kind of got like slept on a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
I feel like he got slept on a little bit. It's some bangers on there though, for sure.
That's fair. Yeah. I mean, his catalog is so big.
Yeah.
Like you could not pay attention to him for 5 years.
Just look over, you would just
so many new things. Yeah. Damn. All right. That's a solid rack.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. And that being said, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Appreciate you having me, man.
Oh, yeah. And this has been another exciting episode of Jimmy's Jambox. I'm Jimmy.
This is GeeSoLit.
And we're signing off. Later, y'all.
That's a wrap.
This is not a podcast. This is a show.
Keep jamming.